Hello friends, I'm back in the studio with another creative journaling video in my Little Moments book here. I thought I'd flip through some of the pages just to catch up and show you where we are at this point in the journey. There are the pages from 2019 that I kept in the front, and then the newer pages, some of which hopefully you've seen on this channel coming together. If you like these types of videos, give it a thumbs up and also be sure that you're subscribed. I'm really trying to make an effort to film as much as possible and to bring you along on this journey, because finding what brings us joy and going from there is so important, and it's a process and it's a journey and it's a grounding, guiding principle. It's really important for me to have a place where I can spill my thoughts, also create and connect with this creative community, and also connect with myself through ease and flow and clarifying with intentionality. This is the spread that I'm going to finish up. Grabbing a Tombow twin tone pen. The idea here is really to fill up the page, and I had asked some questions there. What are you internalizing? What are you embodying? And how are you speaking to yourself? And I'm just making marks. Hopefully, as you watch these videos, you might remember some of the supplies that you have that maybe you haven't used in a while. My goal here is to not really use anything brand new. I'm not trying to accumulate too much stuff, although this is a new color of distressing. But this is an old stamp. It's an old wood stamp from one of my collections with American Crafts. I think it was called On a Whim, but I'm not really sure. But it's just butterflies, and I'm stamping them 3 times over here to fill up that space, and this love stamp is in that same set. So this sticker book by Whimsy Luxe was gifted to me at at Go Wild, sorry. And I love the clear stickers so much. I want to incorporate some of these in this spread. I'm trying to stick with a color scheme that I already have, because I started off this spread at Craftcation, and it was my way of taking notes. And I actually just cleaned up my paintbrush on the top left corner to make those marks. It was sort of a happy little accident that happened. And that's what set the tone for the color scheme. Now, as you're going through your own elements and supplies, one of the easiest ways to have something come together from different brands or your stash in general is to look for items or elements that have similar colors. You can also decide that you're going to just stick with a theme of sorts, so you can have florals. I really stuck with the colors here, and I'm grabbing this and I'm speeding up the video because I realized it's going to take a long time. The whole process actually took me 30 minutes to finish this up, but I understand that you all like shorter videos. This Choose Joy sticker was just screaming out to me, so I flipped the pages back, and it's a work in progress, this journal and this book, and I hope you find the same thing. I'm cutting this clear sticker here, these flowers, because I don't necessarily want the green leaves, but I love the flowers. So I'm going to stick part of it here, and then I love it just in the crease, and then finding a place for the other part over here. I just didn't want to incorporate another color, even though green I think would look really nice with this whole spread. I'm sticking with the tones that I already have. This is my travel watercolor set, which is so fun, and you can see that it's been well loved and used, and there's still plenty of pigment left over. One of the questions that I often get asked is, do I sell refills of the paint? And we don't sell them separately, but honestly, I've had this for a long time and I use it very often, and I have not had to replace it yet. So if you're doing bigger pieces, obviously you'll run out of pigment faster, but For the creative journaling and the planning where I incorporate the watercolors, I don't need as much pigment. I'm making these little splotches that you've probably seen if you've been watching my channel for a while. I have been playing with watercolors for years now, and I still make discoveries every time I whip them out. So I'm just making funny little marks here. You see how those almost look like flowers at the bottom left? I believe that we can do something with those after it's all dry. I do want to recommend getting a heat tool. This is the Zap heat gun from American Crafts. Any kind of heating tool will work. You can use a hair dryer, anything, but you don't want to stick stickers on top of wet watercolor. So if you can avoid that, it's better to take the time to dry it up. These are hearts from my collection with pip sticks from a while back. And then here is an unexpected little magazine clipping. I have been finding a lot of inspiration in magazines, and that's been a hobby of mine for years. And somebody the other day mentioned, well, isn't that just collaging? Well, yeah, sure. I think anything that you do as a creative outlet that makes you happy, you can label it. You don't have to label it. Maybe some people will call this scrapbooking, creative journaling, whatever you want to title it. It is up to you. The most important thing to me is to use the supplies that you have. Get those supplies out and get those creative juices flowing in a way that works for you. And so I'm answering these questions here, and it is giving me a sense of pause and reflection to really, honor my values and my time by saying, I am internalizing peace, calm, a sense of deep knowing. I am embodying strength, health, happiness, and harmony. These are the things that I want to embrace. And I realize that how you speak to yourself matters. I used to be so mean to myself for years. I mean, most of my life, I would say. I would speak to myself in my head very harshly. I was really hard on myself, and I had standards that were really high for myself. Not necessarily that I would compare myself to other people. I would just want to outdo myself every single time. And instead, now I really want to take care and not only speak to myself with love, but I was always showing those qualities to other people: love, compassion, empowering other people, and making them hopefully feel like I was incredibly grateful that they were in my life. But I wasn't doing that to myself. So I wrote, I am speaking to myself with love, empowerment, compassion, and heartfelt gratitude. Look, we are all on this journey, and whether we like it or not, this life is a gift, right? That sometimes is not that fun, and we have to endure things that are out of our control. And look, nobody is immune to heartache and difficulties and struggle, but how we choose to heal and grow and hopefully be a beacon of light and hope to others is really essential. I mean, sometimes we have to do that to ourselves first. We have to heal ourselves. And through creativity, I have found so much healing. And maybe that resonates with you. Maybe you love splattering paints down, doodling on top of it. However you're feeling, this is the part where I said the paintbrush created something unique and different, and I'm always making discoveries. These look like little flowers to me, and I don't know if they turned out looking like flowers after I drew on top of it, but fluffy cloud-like flowers, let's just say. Whatever marks you're making, do it with intention, with a lot of love, with a lot of meaning, or just do it for the heck of it, right? If you are just wanting to take 10, 15, 30 minutes a day to set aside so that you have a creative outlet and an expression and a way to look to the positive. I do a lot of plus signs in my designs because I think it's a reminder to stay positive. It's a reminder to hone in on what is in alignment for you that is the truth. Okay, so as I was doing this, as I was filming, I realized that I said, I am internaling peace, calm, a sense of deep knowing. Did anybody else catch that before I did? I did not know until I was shooting this video. So I was so excited about doing a flat lay and setting up all the supplies that I had used, or most of the supplies that I had used. And then I realized, wait a second. And this is just what happens. It's in the nature of creating because you're going to make mistakes and it's okay. Sometimes you can see your mistakes as opportunities or your obstacles as opportunities. I'm grabbing a sticker from this Happy Planner pack and just covering up my mistake. Don't you wish that we could just put stickers on all of our boo-boos and mistakes or things that go wrong? And then I'm fixing it. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this process come together. Let me know in the comments what resonated with you. How are you answering some of these questions? And how are you speaking to yourself, right? Are you embodying happiness and strength and harmony too? Thanks as always for watching.